have you seen that commercial from 2016? The one where Ben 10 meets the Justice League. It was this wild crossover ad that had every Ben 10 fan losing their minds. Just a quick minute of Ben teaming up with Superman and the rest of the league. But here's the thing, it was only a commercial, a teaser, something that left us all wondering what a full crossover would actually look like. Well, I spent way too long looking at something that finally gives us that answer. And here's what I found. The Justice League isn't trying to help Ben, they're trying to stop him. Welcome back, I'm Tyson, and this is a fan webcomic called Ben 10, A League of My Own. It's an alternate universe where Ben 10 and the Justice League exist in the same world. The story is written by Jared Knight 2000 and the art is done by Yuda J. I'm probably butchering their names, so please forgive me on that. The comic kicks off in Nowhere, Kansas. So the story starts with Grandpa Max waking Gwen and Ben up at 4 in the morning, and Gwen is not happy about it. She's like, "Grandpa, it's 4 in the morning. Why are we up at 4 in the morning?" Max explains they're at a bazaar, a market, and the earlier you get there, the better stuff you find. Classic Grandpa Max logic. Gwen tries to wake Ben up so she doesn't have to suffer alone. But here's the thing, Ben is already awake and he's glued to his phone. He's frustrated because he can't get any service and the Daily Planet app won't load. Gwen is confused. She's like, "The Daily Planet? Since when did you care about the news?" And Ben admits, "I don't. It's the 5th anniversary of the Justice League forming and I wanted to see the special they're doing on it." Right away, this tells us something important. The Justice League has existed in this universe for 5 years. They're established, they're legendary, and Ben has been paying attention to them for a long time. Max tells Ben there's no Justice League today and that he can catch the rerun later. Then he says the kid should walk around and find something interesting while he goes to get breakfast, and both Gwen and Ben instantly know what that means. Grandpa Max is about to find something weird and probably disgusting to eat. Ben even jokes about how Max will probably spend $8 on a bag of worms. While the kids are walking around the market, something happens on the other side. A red and blue blur flashes through the area. It grabs Grandpa Max and carries him away. Now Ben and Gwen have no idea this happened. They're still talking about Ben's Justice League obsession. Gwen brings up how into the Justice League Ben is. She says, "You're really into the whole Justice League thing, aren't you?" Ben defends himself. He points out they're Earth's greatest heroes, and then he reveals something important. He says one of the reasons he's rolling with the whole Omnitrix thing is because it might be his ticket to joining the league. He says, "Just imagine how cool it'd be to meet them." So Ben's dream isn't just being a hero, it's being a hero alongside the Justice League. He wants to be part of that group. He wants validation from the people he looks up to the most. Meanwhile, Grandpa Max is being gently dropped onto a nearby rooftop and he finds himself face to face with Batman and Superman. Back on the ground, Ben keeps telling Gwen about his dream. He says, "Think about it, being a hero like Batman, Superman or Green Lantern. All I ever wanted was to be a hero like them and now I can." Gwen has her doubts. She points out the league usually deals with weirdos even crazier than the stuff they deal with. She's not wrong. The Justice League fights gods and cosmic threats on a regular basis. But Ben is confident. He says, "There's nothing I can't handle with a bit of hero time." And that's when a voice speaks up from behind. The voice says, "Your cousin's right, Mr. Tennyson," and then adds, "Our weirdos might be a bit much for you, but we're always open to talking to a fan." Ben turns around and he's staring at the Justice League. Superman, Wonder Woman, Green Lantern, Martian Manhunter, Hawkgirl, and the Flash is there too, and Ben loses it. He completely geeks out. He's like, "Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god." He starts asking them all these questions. What's it like working with Batman? Have you guys been to another planet? Who does your costumes? It's one of those moments you dream about as a kid. Meeting your heroes, getting to talk to them, being acknowledged by them. But that good feeling doesn't last. Hawkgirl interrupts Ben's fangirling. She grabs his hand and says, "Now give us the watch before we take it." And the whole mood changes instantly. This isn't a friendly meeting. This is a threat. She knows Batman's theory was correct. The Omnitrix is real and it's currently on Earth. Green Lantern tries to calm things down. He tells Hawkgirl to take it easy. He says the plan was only to talk to the kid, not rip his arm off. But Hawkgirl stays aggressive. She says even if he's just a kid, a weapon of mass destruction can't be ignored. So here's the question I keep coming back to. Why is Hawkgirl this aggressive? Why does she know about the Omnitrix? What rumors did she hear that made her this desperate? Gwen is frozen. She can't understand why Earth's protectors are attacking them. The Flash tries to explain that this rough approach is entirely Hawkgirl's doing, and the rest of the team didn't agree to it. Wonder Woman expresses her own doubts. She questions the need to use all the League's resources just to secure one device. Even if it might be for the best, she's not convinced. Martian Manhunter adds that if the dark rumors Hawkgirl heard are true, the destructive potential of the device is too massive to ignore. So Hawkgirl has heard rumors about the Omnitrix. Rumors that have her scared enough to send the entire Justice League after a 10-year-old Ben is not going to be bullied. He delivers a sharp kick right to Hawkgirl Hawkgirl's face. He frees his arm, he slaps the Omnitrix and transforms into Diamond Head. And now the tables have turned. Diamond Head grabs Hawkgirl the exact same way she grabbed him. He spins her around and throws her far away. Green Lantern steps in fast. He traps Ben inside a green energy orb. He tells Ben to calm down so they can talk, but Ben hates being trapped. He shoots crystals out of the ground. The crystals break the orb and hit Green Lantern directly. And just like that, an all-out battle starts. One 10-year-old hero against the Justice League. Martian Manhunter tries to approach from behind. He wants to make telepathic contact to end the fight peacefully, but the Omnitrix's bioenergy feedback pushes his mind back. He warns the team that the alien watch is blocking his telepathy. The Flash zips into the fight. He warns Ben to surrender quietly unless he wants a hypersonic beating, but Ben refuses. He says he didn't start this fight and he never surrenders. Ben creates a forest of crystals from the earth. It catches the speedster off guard and launches him into the air. And in the middle of all this chaos, something hits Ben. He's actively fighting the Justice League. The thought is terrifying and awesome at the same time. He briefly brags to himself that the fight is going pretty well. And that's when Wonder Woman's fist hits his face. The force of Wonder Woman's punch sends Diamond Head flying through the air. He crashes into the dirt. Wonder Woman stands over him, declaring she has won. She tells him to stay down. Diamond Head refuses. He says the fight has only just begun. On the other side of the battlefield, Superman arrives with Hawkgirl and Grandpa Max. Gwen rushes over. Max is frantic, asking what's happening and where Ben went. Gwen points into the distance. Ben is locked in single combat with Wonder Woman. Even Batman is surprised by this. The Flash remarks that if the kid is facing Wonder Woman head-on, he's as good as dead. But here's the thing. Wonder Woman doesn't just destroy him. The duel gets intense. Ben fires sharp crystal shards at her, but Wonder Woman blocks them easily with her bracelets. She acknowledges his deep passion, but notes that his lack of fighting experience is a weakness he can't cover up with raw alien power. Ben snaps back. He just dropped most of her teammates, so he doesn't want to hear about experience. He launches a full force strike. Wonder Woman catches his fist with one hand. She uses his momentum to ram into him and send him flying. And while she's flying alongside him, she gives him advice. She criticizes his form and asks what kind of warrior doesn't know how to properly defend himself. She tells him to bend his knees and bring his hands up to block attacks. Here's something I love about this moment. Wonder Woman is fighting this kid, but she's also teaching him. She's genuinely trying to help him improve. Ben takes her advice. He braces himself, plants his feet and raises his arms. Wonder Woman delivers a heavy punch, and to her surprise, Ben absorbs the full force of the blow. She's impressed. She admits he learns fast, but she warns him not to get too confident. She unleashes a barrage of punches against his crystal armor, challenging him to find an opening, and Ben does. He spots a gap in her defense and drives his hard head straight into hers. Wonder Woman looks at Ben with deep respect, and Ben is equally impressed by her strength. This is the turning point. Through pure strength and grit, Ben and Wonder Woman have earned each other's respect. Superman flies onto the scene. He expected to find that Wonder Woman had completely defeated the boy, but he stops short when he sees they've already stopped fighting. One of the League's strongest members is now willing to see Ben as an equal rather than a threat. Hawkgirl's hostile approach has been shut down. The tone shifts toward a peaceful talk, but this resolution leaves so many questions hanging in the air. Why was the Justice League so desperate to secure the Omnitrix in the first place? What deeper threat are they trying to stop? What did Hawkgirl hear that scared her so much? Let me break down what I think is really going on in this comic. 1. The Justice League has been around for 5 years in this universe. That's important because they're established. They're used to being Earth's protectors. They fought massive threats and won. So when something scares them, it's worth paying attention to. 2. They brought a full team to confront a 10-year-old. Superman, Wonder Woman, Green Lantern, Martian Manhunter, Hawkgirl, The Flash. That's not a friendly visit. That's a strike force. They came prepared for a fight. 3. Hawkgirl knew about the Omnitrix before she even saw it. She says Batman's theory was correct. So Batman had theories about the device. Theories that involved sending Earth's mightiest heroes to take it from a kid. 4. The Omnitrix blocked Martian Manhunter's telepathy. That's huge. Martian Manhunter can read minds across planets, and this device shut him down instantly. If the League was already scared, that just confirmed their fears. 5. Wonder Woman is the one who actually sees Ben clearly. She doesn't just try to beat him, she teaches him. That tells me something. She's not threatened by him. She's trying to understand him. She realizes he's just a kid with too much power and not enough of training. Here's the part that really gets me. The Omnitrix has the DNA of every alien species in the universe. That includes Kryptonians, Martians, Thanagarians. The source of each League member's power. Ben could theoretically transform into any of them. He could become a better version of each of them. Superman needs kryptonite. Martian Manhunter needs fire. Hawkgirl can be injured with standard weapons. Green Lantern can lose his ring. The Flash can be slowed down. Ben just needs to tap a dial. And he's 10. He's still learning. He's still making mistakes. He's still figuring out what he can do. So imagine you're the Justice League. You've been protecting Earth for 5 years. You're the best. And then this kid shows up with a device that makes you all obsolete. But here's why I'm not completely sold on my own theory. 1. Maybe this is just a fun crossover and I'm overthinking it. Fan comics do this all the time, bringing characters together for the spectacle. The Justice League showing up is supposed to be the cool moment. Maybe that's all it is. 2. The League's concern could be legitimate. The Omnitrix is alien technology. A 10-year-old is running around with it. Taking it might be the responsible thing to do. They're not wrong that it's dangerous in the wrong hands. 3. Hawkgirl's aggression might not represent the whole team. The Flash, Wonder Woman, and Green Lantern all show doubts about her approach. Batman stayed in the background. Maybe this was Hawkgirl going rogue and everyone else is trying to clean up her mess. But I keep coming back to one thing. Wonder Woman didn't just beat Ben. She taught him. She helped him. And then she stopped fighting entirely. She saw something in him that Hawkgirl refused to see. A kid trying to do the right thing. Here's what I think this comic is really about. It's not just Ben fighting the Justice League. It's Ben proving himself to the people he admires most. Ben's entire dream has been to join the League. He wants to be acknowledged by them. And what happens? The League shows up, but they don't offer him membership. They try to take his power away. And now Ben has to fight his heroes. His dream has become a nightmare. He has to defeat the people he wanted to become. But Wonder Woman changes that. She sees him, she respects him, she teaches him. She becomes the mentor he never knew he needed. That's why I think the League's approach was wrong. Not because they were afraid, but because they assumed the worst. They didn't try to understand Ben. They didn't try to help him. They just tried to take. If Wonder Woman hadn't been there, this could have gone so wrong. Ben could have been hurt, or he could have hurt them. Either way, something beautiful was almost destroyed. And that's where issue 1 ends. Ben has earned Wonder Woman's respect. They're moving toward a peaceful talk, but we still don't know the bigger picture. Why was the Justice League so desperate to secure the Omnitrix? What deeper threat are they trying to stop? What dark rumors did Hawkgirl hear that scared her this much? And here's the biggest question. What happens next? Does Ben join the League? Do they start training him? Or is there something even bigger coming that neither side saw coming? I don't have the answers, but I'm going to be thinking about them until I see the next issue. If you want to know what happens next, I'll be covering the next chapters of this webcomic in upcoming videos. And if you want to read this yourself, I'll put the link in the description. What do you think? Was the Justice League right to try and take the Omnitrix? Or was their approach completely wrong? Let me know in the comments. I'll be reading them.